There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chrono Cross. What am I doing? I'm trying to grab a controller is what I'm trying to do. Go. Last time we got, we turned the Masamune into the, whatever they call it now. The ultimate weapon for Surge. We got some rainbow equipment. And feeling a bit more confident to go ahead and tackle the robot boss that was giving me some trouble before. Now, we did end up sacrificing the white plate in order to make the rainbow equipment. The white plate could have been pretty useful against this guy. But we'll see what we can do. Hello, nobody. I'm in the wrong world, I think. Hello, dude McGuy. Go back to the other world. To home world, I should say. What's up, Rob? Did you wake up just to watch the stream? Okay. Let's go back to the home world. Try that again. Bam. Your next podcast sounds like it'll be very interesting, says Dude McGuy. You are looking for artificial intelligence related questions? Yes and no. Like, well, yes, but it's not. I guess that's a little broad. I guess what I'm really looking for are artificial intelligence questions in relation to how that technology could impact narrative. So think of essentially what a game would be like if you could speak to NPCs and they would react uniquely to what you said to them. And if I played the game and I said something different, the NPC would respond to me according to what I gave input. So if you go into the room and you yell at the NPC, it'll react differently to you than if I went in and spoke kindly to the NPC or, you know, that kind of thing. That's the sort of thing that Emily works with or is doing research on. If there is a link to a talk she gave at Game Lab in Barcelona that is in that post for on the Patreon post, I highly suggest that people make time to watch that because it's very, very interesting stuff. Shiro says it's become my nightly ritual to watch the stream as I do homework. That's awesome. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you. Sounds good, Doomguy. Alright, let's see what we can do this time. Balls to the wall, baby. Megaton Fist. If you do it on Surge... Okay, you didn't. You did it on Karsh. That sucked. Because Surge is white elemental. I think I'm going to use him more or less as a healer in this fight. Go with a Cure Plus. And Karsh there. Yeah, that kind of question we'll save them for the following week. But it is a good question. Fetch you. I'm going to attack again. Nice. Dang it, why do you keep missing? Fetch you! Fetch you, Karsh! Fetch you, dude! You gotta be kidding me! Missed like every single attack! Pretty good damage. He's gonna hit Karsh again, isn't he? Fetch you. Revive him. He gets another turn? Oh, what? Oh, is he breaking down, I guess? Does that mean he can be pilfered here? Excuse me. Good damage. Okay, I don't want to go too far with this. Ah, I went too far with it. What is this? Who are you hitting with this? It's pretty sick. Pretty sick. Wow! Wow! Holy damage on a holy elemental guy. That's like 500 damage. What the fetch? This guy's way tougher than the last guy I fought. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I kind of just want to go for the kill here. Do it. Very nice. Alright. You need to heal everybody. Defend. Defend. I can handle that. Okay. I'm gonna try and steal from you this time. Let's see. Go. There we go. Oh, it's a capsule? What a waste of a turn. Kill him. I think we killed him. Good boss fight. Good boss fight. Level 39. Mimic says, this is a tip from the guide. Rainbow items are incredibly expensive, and you are required to cast summon elements of many colors just to get enough shiny materials to get one item. Rainbow weapons are not necessary to finish the game, but rainbow armors will make your characters practically invulnerable. Uh-huh. Well, I think I have 2 sets of prism vests. Yeah. So if I could get one more, that'd be pretty sweet. Even so, even with the prism armor, that guy was freaking messing me up bad. Like real bad. I like this music. But with the prism armor on Surge, I was able at least to survive that one really big attack he did, so that was nice. It was worth doing. Look at that damage! Wow! Wow! Let's see what we can do with one of those glide hooks, huh? Or dash and slash, I should say. Boom! 760! What the f***? Holy crap! That's awesome. Ah, darn. Excuse me. Hit it with it. There you go. He's got a rainbow sword too, doesn't he? Nice. What's up, J.R. Shire? Yellow Brooch. I'm guessing that'll protect me against yellow elemental attacks. Okay. This door seems to be closed. I'll fight you real quick. I need the stat upgrades. Oh, come on! Oh, missed me too. Stop missing! Loving this rainbow equipment. J.R. Shire says, I'm doing good. I'm almost done with writing for the term. That's awesome. No more nostrums, so let's go down. Can I select this? No. Computer, turn it on. Operate the robot. Go in the water. Oh, yes, he can. It's probably not in the deep part of the water. Kind of moving on his own. Weird. Oh, here you go. What should I interact with here? This thing? Nice. What to do about that? Oh, I think I have to come back to the other side, and then we can go across and go up this ladder there. Cool. Ooh. Fight against that current. What happens if I go this way? You pick up the chests. White brooch. Oh, crap. Boink. We'll try and get that, that other chest. Cure all. Let's go. Okay, I think we made it to the other side now. Yes, look at that damage. Hypno Guy says, for boss fights, you should consider using the strengthen element since your physical attack is so high now. Could really stack with the damage. Especially on Surge, yeah, it's a good idea. Stop missing. Thank you very much. You're really not dead yet? There you go. Pretty good damage. Wish I had that rainbow axe, though. Anything I can interact with here? There it is. Alright. What is this thing? Can I kill these guys quickly? Yes, I can. You always freaking miss. Always. You miss all the freaking time. Like, stop missing. Kill him. That wasn't enough. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Yes. Enough. Right, wasn't enough. This will be though. You did. Agent Poyo is typing. What is up, Agent Poyo? Got some screws from that fight. Nice. Anything over here? More of these dudes to fight. Master Mune is a beast of a weapon, dude. Thank you for not missing this time. This is lead. I don't want to fight you anymore. Ooh. They go down. Around. Chest. Forget me not pot. What that means. Alright. Ah, darn it. One, two. Oh. Back to surge again. Just wanted to hit someone else with this. Like that. Hit me with one of them. Okay. Everyone's had significant damage done to them. 1, 2. Dead. 1, 2. Oh, he's dead after 1. 1, 2. Go. Up the stairs. Something's blocking the way. Like I can't go through there. Let me get off here. Whoa! What's up? You press that button. What's up, Bryce? One, 2. Darn it, 2. Finish her off. There we go. Bam! Okay. Get a lot of screws from these guys. I press this now? No. Don't need to fight anymore. Done enough fighting. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. Originally, El Nido was nothing but ocean. The El Nido archipelago is purely artificial, created by fate. Wait, what? It was a remodeling plan that took place 10,000 years ago. Planned to include islands blessed with nature in the Sea of El Nido. The main island of El Nido, Earth Dragon Isle, Water Dragon Isle, Black Dragon Isle, the development of elements using the energy of the natural world, the distribution of memory terminal devices called the Records of Fate that could survey and guide people's lives. The research center staff who had their memories of the future erased, left the center and began a life outside amidst nature. This is how Fate's paradise came into existence. And for over 10,000 years, Fate has been watching over and guiding the descendants of the staff who left the research center. Everything was in perfect harmony. That is until 14 years ago, when a boy came into contact with the flame on the night of the storm. That was Surge. So these islands were artificially created. That's crazy. Did I just do that? Oh. Can I access this computer? Releasing the lock on security level 2. Where was the lock release? From the elevator again? My mind's been blanking out already. Yes, Gaia's navel was there, but everything else was artificially created. Can I open this now? Oh, okay. Go through here. These things have something cool in them. Enter lock release code. I don't know it. What the fetch? Okay. Sweet. There's a mysterious being inside. We have to bring someone here that knows what this is. Oh, okay. Gotta bring someone else here. Alright. I also just learned that the save points do actually record data in-game for Fate. Wait, I did? What did he say about that? I don't recall that. Let's go to the 3rd floor? What up? Hey, talk to me. The DNA records are poems and music. Adenine and thymine, guanine and cytosine, rhythm and melody. Perhaps the DNA of the ones who make contact with the flame is recomposed by the sound they generate within. I wonder if life forms are just dreaming in endless flow of music? Huh. DNA, the seeds of life. The human body is made of 50 to 60 billion cells. Each of these cells contains genes in the form of DNA. These are the fundamental building blocks that exist inside the cell's chromosomes. They store genetic information that can be passed on from parent to child. The structure of DNA is common throughout all life, throughout all universes. Through DNA recombination, life forms take on differing forms with variable abilities. Got genetic modification going on here. There's a reptite up there. Humans and reptites. 65 million years ago, the reptites, who evolved from reptiles, had developed their own unique civilization. This was long before the ancestors of humans, who evolved from primates, had developed their civilization. Excavations carried out on the central continent of Xenan have revealed that the reptites already had advanced architectural skills in the prehistoric era. But the fall of Lavos to the planet and the resulting ice age this brought about rang the death knell for the reptites and their civilization. After that, the reptites slowly disappeared from the stage of history. However, in the distant past, humans could have been defeated in the contest of evolution, and the reptites could have continued to develop. It is not unthinkable that such a timeline could exist in other dimensions. Everything is purely a problem of possibilities, and the world is only stabilized by the viewpoint of the one who observes it. We're gonna get to another timeline where the reptites are the dominant species. An extraterrestrial life form that is thought to have fallen from the heavens 65 million years ago. On the timeline that existed before history was changed, Lavos was assumed to have slept deep below the planet's surface, sleeping and consuming the planet's energy up until the day of destruction known as the Apocalypse. There are those who believe that 12,000 years ago, the legendary ancient magical civilization known as Zeal came into contact with Lavos. That fateful encounter is said to have resulted in Zeal disappearing from the surface of the planet within the space of a single night. However, the very existence of the ancient civilization of Zeal has never been proven, so up till this day, this theory cannot be confirmed. On some timelines, Lavos appeared on the surface of the planet in the year 1999 and brought the world to ruins. However, a group of young time travelers saw where their planet's history was headed, and through their actions rewrote time. This very research facility exists on that new timeline, in a world where, thanks to the defeat of Lavos by the young adventurers, the apocalypse never happened. On a temporal vector, where human civilization continued to evolve unhampered, all the data on Lavos was thus obtained from tracing different parallel world possibilities. All the data on Lavos that was obtained from tracing different parallel world possibilities has proven to be volatile, with fluctuating discrepancies. Perhaps at this point in time, it is nearly impossible to obtain any true information about Lavos. Mimic wrote, short events. Many of the characters are involved in side plot threads that can now be resolved. Many of these are carried out as the character receives their level 7 tech skill. Others are just fun scenes to play. In other words, the level 7 tech quests are kind of like Chrono Trigger's side quests to complete the character's arc through though obviously not as long. The intent seems to be what would happen if someone came face to face with another of themselves, as well as taking certain characters can make unique dialogue happen. Talking to certain characters can make unique dialogue happen when you take them to meet a character they know. Just this wording of this would help. Got another thing there. Ooh, a rainbow shell. That's fantastic. I needed that. It's over here. Crap. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, and then attack this guy. One of those. Kill him one hit. That's fantastic. Use your rainbow sword to finish him. Not quite. Oh, come on. There we go. Ooh. Hopefully this boss doesn't suck. It's a regular battle theme, so shouldn't be too bad, I hope. Don't miss! Don't miss. Gunner, get ya. How bad does that suck? It doesn't suck at all. Dude, the guy has a lot of health. Fantastic. Go, Surge, go! I love that. Love it. Alright, fine. You forced my hand. I will use Flying Arrow on you. Whoa, he's not dead. Go for friendly. Why not? He's gotta have something good. It's okay, I guess. You can bring Grobik to the chest that they said you needed someone who knows about it to get his strong arm tech. Who is Grobik? I don't even know who that is. Hellbound. We control human emotions by using neurotransmitters. That means by manipulating the nerve transmitters inside their brains, it's possible to control the feelings and even personalities of humans. Fate uses the records of Fate to connect directly to the brains of the humans with whom they have come in contact. Fate not only imprints what actions the humans should take into their brains, but also rewrites their personalities and feelings. Holy crap. Memory scanning and rewriting is not that difficult a thing. As a matter of fact, it is possible to simulate the thoughts and feelings of each individual. These are all just electric signals that flow around the circuitry of the brain, after all. The vessels of flesh can be reproduced through cloning, and the soul stored within these fleshy vessels can be simulated as well. Thus, one could even go as far as to say that death itself no longer exists. Of course, the expiration of an individual being as a variation within the species still occurs. Overall, we can reverse the old maxim and say that where there is no death, there will be life. Huh. The life forms on this planet developed from single-celled microorganisms to protozoans. Then from fish to amphibians, and from reptiles to mammals, and eventually to humans. Beginning with a cerebral neocortex, which only exists in higher mammals, the anthropod brain enlarged at an accelerated pace until it became the human brain we know. Could the reason for the abnormal development of the human brain be the biological contamination caused by Lavos? That would mean that humans are really a heterogeneous life form. I'm going to look up what the freak that means. Heterogeneous. Diverse in character or content. Okay. Diverse, varied. Assorted, mixed. Disparate. Multifarious. Okay. Humans are a sudden mutation caused by the contact with Lavos, an alien life form that fell to this planet from space. That is why humans are, biologically speaking, unbalanced and half-finished. Internally inconsistent and disconnected, the human existence is plagued by contradictions. An incomplete species torn between love and hatred, whose very being is self-contradictory. From the planet's viewpoint, humans are just destroyers and a cursed yet perhaps pathetic blight on the world. That's depressing stuff, man. This hints to the dragon tier abilities you were asking about, Mike. Does? This stuff here? Okay, we evolved into mammals. We got really smart because we were mammals. Because the brain basically enlarged. They speculate whether or not Lavos is the one who caused the mutation that led to humanity. Foreign matter. So that's why we're a contradictory race and destructive and stuff. Or was one of these guys said what you meant? Memory scanning and rewriting. This is about how they control the brains? Oh, cloning and stuff. Yeah, okay. Now I know what you mean. Okay. So, this Surge is a clone, not the original guy. What's up, David? How's it going, man? Playthrough's going good. Enjoying it. What's up, fellas? Only personnel registered as Arbiter may enter. That is me. That is me. Please evacuate to your designated positions. Yo, bro, I am the Arbiter. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go this way. Everyone gather around. Let's see. In the 11th century, a scientist by the name of Luca indicated the possibility of time travel through the use of a time egg, which utilizes miniature black holes. Hold on. Agent Pollo says no, not Surge. So Surge isn't a clone. This person I am controlling right now is not a clone? How's that possible? But if he has a new body with the same mind, he is Surge. Yeah, so I don't mean the soul. I mean the body itself. In the 11th century, a scientist by the name of Luca indicated the possibility of time travel through the use of the time egg, which utilizes major black holes. Whether this could actually be possible or not is still the subject of intense debate, and no conclusions have been made. According to her theory, by rotating a single point of supergravity, space-time continua can be drawn in, thus making it possible to transform that singular point, which pulls in everything else, into a ring formation. Using this ring as a gate between the dimensions, it should be possible to travel back and forth between various time-space. I've heard that the time egg already existed during the legendary ancient dynasty. We shouldn't have to rely on theories from an ancient civilization that may not have even existed. We can do this. But it's been said that time was altered using the time egg. That's just a legend. There isn't even any evidence to prove that this ancient dynasty ever existed. The experiment should be starting soon. After we discovered an unusual gravitational field in this barren sea of El Nido, we built several artificial islands and established Chronopolis. This was all done to facilitate our top secret research. But now our research is about to come to its end. Once the final adjustments are made, the experiment will commence. It's just a matter of time, so everyone should keep up their good work. The chief hasn't returned yet. He hasn't? Then we'll have to hold off until he gets back. To think that time is not absolute, but elastic, relative, and subjective, that there can be individual differences caused by changes in time. Perhaps the same people and life forms can even exist in several different spacetimes. An independent time that flows with a will of its own. What nonsense. Crazy. What do you got over here? Oh. Now we can go down here and grab this. Birds found, magnify. The chief said he was going out for a walk. He's probably by the dock somewhere gazing at the sea. I don't want to fight you. Can't go that way. The chief is in the harbor on floor 1, says says Bryce. What's over this way? Yeah, let's save it. The Time Research Lab, which served as the foundation of this research center, appeared out of nowhere in the year 2300 and was headed up by the scientific genius Balthazar. However, at the peak of his career, he simply vanished. We've continued his work and have come this far. Our work is almost complete. Well, it's about time I headed back. The experiment's about to begin. Stupid cough. Over here? No. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else around here. When you use a save point, it gives you a little description of what you are doing currently. This is fate directing you. I'm not entirely sure what fate is yet, so... Talk to me. Fate is a large-scale prototype completed in the year 2300. It integrated the old mother brain computer circuitry into a more powerful supercomputer. So it's a computer. This Fate contains a massive amount of historical data, dating up to the year 2400. This is the observation room. This is where we observe the two parallel worlds. The main computer of Chronopolis is called Fate. Okay. I guess I'll fight this guy. The guy is typing. The gate to Viper Manor is on the screen there. Oh, okay. Nice hit. Oh, he berserked me. Fetch you. Can't get that. There we go. Card key. It all began with a notebook my mother handed me. She told me that she found it while cleaning out the closet. One second. This old notebook, covered with mold, was a diary that belonged to my grandfather who passed away years ago. It contained my grandfather's distant memories. Does this device play back archives? Looks like someone's memoirs. I wonder if you still remember how we first met and our many adventures. It all seemed like a dream. We ran like the wind during those warm summer days long ago. You were a piece of a star that fell from the sky. I can still relive the memories of those days long past, just by closing my eyes like such and whispering your name into the desolate night. Kid, radical dreamers. Huh. What's this? Radical dreamers? What does this mean? There's a conversation with a comrade. Are you ready, kid? I know you're anxious, but stay on your toes. Yeah, like always, mate. Or, yeah, likewise, mate. You mess up and I'm leaving you behind. Got that surge? Come on, Magwell, let's go. That bastard Lynx is gonna get what he deserves. Say your prayers, not that it'll do you any good. This seems to be an archive from a different time than our own. Aside from the two worlds we already know about, other worlds and times may also exist. Multiverse, baby. That's supposed to be Salt and Pepper guarding the gate there. What else should I do in here? Record of Fate is exposed. There we go. The two worlds that are close and yet so far in nature exist in different dimensions, under the surveillance of the main computer of Chronopolis, Fate. In other words, Fate has always been observing the two parallel worlds and guiding them. Fate has been manipulating the world of El Nido in order to avoid any major change in the history of it. If an event on El Nido influences the main continent, the year 2400, in which Fate exists, will change. This paradox could potentially lead to great disaster. The records of Fate, Fate's terminals, collect data from around the world and input guidance directly into the minds of its users. In this discrete way, Fate is able to control the lives of people without them knowing. Guided by Fate, the people of El Nido lead a harmonious life. In a sense, they are nothing more than puppets of Fate. An instruction to the young girl in Arnie 01 to give up going to the main continent as a poet. An instruction to the man in Arnie 02 to give, 02 I should say, to give up becoming a fisherman. A plan to avoid any point of contact with the main continent so as not to affect history. However, since the formation of the Dead Sea 10 years ago, Fate has been unable to intervene directly with World 01. The best Fate could do was cross the dimension and receive data through the records of Fate. And with much difficulty, Fate succeeded in binding Miguel to the Dead Sea as a watchman. Let's see what people are saying here. That's a reference to the game Radical Dreamers, visual novel style game. It is tying it in by saying it's in a different dimension or world. Okay. So this computer is basically controlling everybody in order to preserve a timeline in which it exists. Preserve itself, in other words. That's at least what I understand from what I just read there. Pretty cool stuff. Wait a minute. How do I get in there? I like this music. I already came in here, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Nova saying go to basement 1. That's what it seems to me. That's how it seems to me, Sage Valiant. Fate is making sure that... Not that people don't change like anything, but that nothing significant is changed in the timeline that would lead to its not existing or its destruction, right? Dang it! Dang it! Die. Crap. Zerked. Good hit. Good, you cast it on them. Should be dead now. Nice. Fine, whatever. Stop it, Karsh! It's not dead? Fetch. How is it not dead yet? Thank you. Oh crap, really? It'd be super great if you didn't freaking miss this time. Can't really afford that. Okay, thank you for not missing. Now, don't miss this one time either. Just hit it. Good. Of course, you're gonna kill Fargo, fetch you. Meteor shower, everybody. Stop missing! I hate you so much. Why do you fetch? Stop missing! Thank fetch. Okay, what's this? Fingerprint retina scan required. Please step into the circle and hold your left hand. Hold out your left hand. "96% confirmation that this individual is the last registered arbiter. Access granted. Welcome back, Chrono Trigger." So that's why. So that's why Lynx needed Surge's form. Lynx must be inside already. Yes, along with the frozen flame. Where are we? Is that the frozen flame? Exactly. Or Fargo didn't. Fargo was just silent, but it had a question mark. Nice leitmotif. The hearer of people's prayers, the provider of riches, fame, and power. The bestower of eternal life, the promiser of peace and happiness. This is the essence of what descended from the heavens in the prehistoric age. The living crimson stone, the frozen flame. Lynx. What took you so long? You had me worried. Worried that you might have perished on the way here. Are you alright? It's no use. I put her soul to sleep. I had to remove any potential obstacle from us having this talk. Who are you? What are you after? You still don't know? I am the human incarnation of fate. The living interface of the fate computer system. Or put simply, I too am fate. What? 14 years ago, on the night of a terrible storm, the cogs began to turn. That night, Wazuki and Miguel set out to sea, carrying a sick young child in their boat. That child was you, Serge, after you had been attacked by the Panther Demon. Your poisoned wounds were beyond the healing abilities of the doctors in Termina or even Goldove, so they set sail to Marbol in order to see the sage there, not knowing how bad the storm would become. Being skilled sailors, the two men were able to survive the storm, but they were blown off course and came ashore on this island, where they decided to seek shelter. At the time, this research center was offline due to the severity of the storm. It only took 10 minutes for the system to power back up, but by then the flame had found you. Contact with the flame healed your young body, and that was not all. Once the security card system was rebooted, it would only grant access to the Arbiter, to you, the Arbiter. You can't imagine the trouble this caused the Fate computer system in achieving its objective. Inside of Fate, there was a standalone circuit that had been kept hidden since the Mother Brain generation. That circuit was designed to start a malfunction, or more precisely, a rebellion. Who would have thought that such a small boy, a traitor, could exist inside of Fate? That hidden circuit was based on the initial Ash-tier model circuit board, with extra logic added by another scientist. Fate itself did not realize that this circuit was present within the core of its system, or more correctly, the circuit was programmed so that the moment Fate did detect it, it would erase all record of its detection. Dr. Luca Ashtier. Unbelievably intelligent and incredibly enthusiastic, you might even go so far as to call her a mad scientist. Of course, I don't believe it was Luca alone that devised this plan. I'm sure the first curator of this research center, a man named Balthazar, had a hand in it too. Fate, bring out the traitor, Prometheus. Affirmative. Ah, you finally released me. Welcome back. So you're the real Surge. I've waited a long time for you. I'm glad you made it in time. Surge, I beg you, please bring an end to the enmity between Fate and the dragons. Fate, eliminate him. Affirmative, now eliminating Prometheus. No, you can't. Surge, please, for the future of mankind. For the future. Idiot, destruction to those who oppose the goddess of fate. Lynx. Why, come, Surge. Whoa. Show me what the purpose of your life on this planet is. Teach me what it means to be alive. Interesting battle music. Commencing countdown, 5. Four. Kinda does look like a Reaper, sorry. Three. Ow. Could have been better if I had not had a whole black field there to deal with. That's sweet. Down to 2. I should probably heal. I think Fargo's dead, though. Yep, he's dead. Well, it sucks. Yeah, just go for it. I don't know if this is a good idea, since I'm probably gonna die soon. I'm gonna do this instead. One. Okay, attack surge. So, if I can, if you don't get a million turns in a row, I will heal with Karsh. Yeah, Rob, I'm not the biggest fan of the battle music in general in this game. No heal alls. That sucks pretty bad. Let's heal Surge, though. Can I get one turn in and then heal? Well, we're at full health. It does not have a fully black field. And did we survive? Yes, we did. Good. You should probably defend. Love it. Okay. Fargo still has level 7 available, which means you're using Invincible right now. Decent damage. Okay, we're gonna definitely want to do a heal all here as soon as possible. Dang it. Recommencing countdown. Okay. Hold on. Don't kill anybody. Don't kill anybody. Don't kill anybody. Thank you. Thank God. Secure plus. Oh, there's a recover all there. Oh, darn it. I think we have a heal all here, though. Let's do it. Not going to steal. I haven't had a chance to steal yet because Fargo's been dead the whole freaking battle. I also don't know if it's been in its weakened state yet. Try it. Nope. Let's see. Let's recover everybody first. I don't think it feels creepy at all. This music? It feels like peppy almost. This part maybe a little bit, but I don't think it feels very intimidating at all. Save that one. Nope. This. You can defend. Okay, I need you to get up to level 3. Well, of course it's subjective, Mimic. Of course it's subjective. Who said it isn't subjective? Holy healing. What? Dang it. You could do that. That'll work. He's dead. I would love it if you would just end this guy now. Any way you possibly can would be great. Oh, how could you? I, Fate, the goddess of... I, Fate, the goddess of fate, was not meant to die. Where in blazes am I? Surge, what happened to me? Aha, that's it. Sure, Mimic. The game has a tropical theme to it in many places, but I don't think that means that should be the only justification for the use of tropical instruments in that song we just heard. For instance, the song we're listening to right now does not have a tropical vibe, right? It wouldn't fit to use a tropical vibe to create the feeling that this song evokes. So, just because the game's theme is tropical, it takes place on tropical islands, and many of the songs have those instruments in them, does not, but on its own, justify the use of tropical instruments in that boss theme. I'm not even going to bother reading this out loud. I can't freaking stand the way her dialogue is written. What are you doing? What are you doing, kid? Fate has fallen. Fate has died. Finally, the time has come. So the dragons wanted to destroy Fate. The long endless night shall finally come to an end. Now, for mankind. I shall make you bleed. Feel a million years of this planet's agony, pain, and suffering. Are the dragons somehow related to reptites? Holy crap. Terra Tower, it's come back to life again. In the year 2400, during a counter-time experiment, the flame goes out of control. This causes the dimensions to rip apart, resulting in the time crash. Engulfed in an enormous dimensional vortex, Chronopolis was hurled 10,000 years back in time. Oh, Chronopolis must have been the city of reptites. Like a reptite civilization city. And it was thrown back in time 10,000 years. Hold on. Perhaps it was the awakening Lavos who pulled the frozen flame back through time to it. Maybe so that Lavos, who saw the possibility that some young adventurers might destroy it, could create a backup plan. But that ain't all. At the same time, another city from a different dimension's future was also thrown back in time. Dinopolis. Okay, never mind. Dinopolis is the one. The future city of the Reptites, Azala's descendants who had evolved more closely with the planet. Just as Lavos, in an attempt to save itself, summoned Chronopolis from the distant future, perhaps our planet beckoned Dinopolis into the past, maybe as a measure against Chronopolis and humanity. It wasn't the dragon gods who sealed up the frozen flame. It was fate, which used the flame's power to divide and seal the dragons in slumber. And now that fate has been defeated, the dragons will join together again and start their vengeance. Oh, fetch. What the freak? The F? Oh, they're combining together. I feared it would come to this. I didn't want to have to fight with you if it could have been avoided. Adieu, Surge. Adieu. Who the freak is Harley? Give me a freaking break. You mean to tell me we were being used all this time? Yeah. Damn. What is done is done, although we may not like it. In any case, we need to make our way into that floating tower. Yes, we cannot just twiddle our thumbs and do nothing. The only problem is... So we have to find a way up there, right? It's not like the great SS Invincible can make it up there either. There has to be a way. At least our objective is clear. I do not know how, but we must find a way. So, like, whatever happened to Kid after all that? Doesn't look like she'll ever wake up. Indeed, she is resting at Radius's place. Her spirit seemed to be possessed by the past. A powerful item is necessary in order to dispel it. There's no sense staying here. Come on, mateys, let's shove off. Yeah. I'll keep this party for now. Well, crazy. So there's... Now we can see the inside of the area over there. Just, oh wait. Check that out. That's freaking awesome. Save the game there. Well, lots and lots and lots of stuff today. Let's see what people are saying here. Some major plot has been revealed finally, but there are more revelations yet to go. The main part of the head snout reminds me of early 2000s Godzilla. It reminds me of the ultimate dragon in Legend of Dragoon, Divine Dragon. That's why Surge has his own rule on the grand list of console RPG cliches. What cliche exactly? Surge has been the pawn for like 3 different evil forces throughout the game. Okay, anyways, I think I'm gonna stop there for tonight. Actually, wait, what time is it? Oh yeah, I am gonna stop there for the night. I have to say, I really liked this section, the part that we played today. The revelations, that we just had unfolded, those were really cool. Like, the whole fate as the supercomputer trying to, like, keep itself alive by manipulating human beings, and all, like, the research and study they were doing into how they manipulate them. I kind of want to go to a save point real quick and take a look at that, actually. Could be one over here, right? Oh, everyone's freaking gone. Ah, this is the wrong world. Anyways, I kind of want to look at that next time I go to save point. Because that's really cool. I'm a big fan of that idea. And bringing the entire, like, reptite future or timeline or dimension, or whatever you want to call it, where the reptites were allowed to sort of continue developing. Really intriguing stuff. I think up until today, like, the story of this game did not, like, really grab me, per se. Like, I think that there were good moments, like, character moments, with, like, the whole Riddell, Karsh, and Dario side quest, and with the Radius side quest with his friend who used the Masamune. Like, there were some good moments. I kind of liked the camaraderie of the Dragoons. Like, that was kind of cool, but aside from that, I mean, aside from maybe, like, the very beginning of the game when you first do dimensional travel and you come back and it's like, whoa, the whole world's different. The story of the game, I mean, if I'm being honest, did not really hook me at all. I was having a hard time paying attention to it a lot of times, I feel, because I just didn't find it very interesting. But what I just saw now was freaking sweet. Like, that had me, like, locked in. All that stuff. So, Agent Poyo says, surprised you're enjoying this part only because a lot of people attack it for being so many data dumps. I actually don't think... I wouldn't even call them data dumps. I think they're pretty concise in the explanations. I don't think it's too much text. I mean, I just played through that section in, what, an hour, maybe an hour and a half total? I mean, it's not that much. It's not that heavy, I think, exposition-wise. But it's really fascinating information, too. Like, I don't know, I feel way more hooked right now than I think I have felt playing this game up to this point. Like, I'm really excited to see what's coming next now. Evenly distributing the story a bit more would really help this game, and Xenogears. I totally agree. I think it's my major problem with both games, to be honest, is that like, Xenogears in particular, its pacing is way off because the first disc is so long. Like, so long. And not a lot happens in terms of plot, like its plot in the first, well, at least getting to like the main points, the main themes of its plot until disc 2, and then it's just like blah, 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 it just like freaking goes at you in the second disc super fast. I think withholding so much information until late game is a mistake. That's a personal opinion. I don't think I think it's more effective to spread out the revelations of that the revelations of like the really cool parts of the story, rather than withholding until like late in the story. You give pieces of it all the way through so that you're hooked a little bit. It's like, oh man, I gotta see more. And you hooked it again, but you're given little pieces, crumbs, as you go throughout from beginning to end, rather than like just waiting to give you like a huge slice later on. However, that being said, like the payoff was worth it. Like that was really, really, really cool stuff. Bryce says second at Lord Mike. Second as in like you're seconding my opinion, or second as in something else? If you're not in Viper Manor, Fort Dragonia, or Sea of Eden, Dead Sea, the story is kind of says Dude McGutt. Mimic says, yeah, this game kind of reveals a story all at the end, though there are smaller character stories that can hook people. That's true. I like I said, I really did like the Radius background story. I thought that was pretty cool. And the Karsh, Riddell, and what's his name? Dragonia? Or Dracon? I forget his name. Anyways, her freaking fiance. That story was cool too. Chris Ewan says it's tempting as a storyteller to withhold information to create a shocking reveal later, but the real trick is creating suspense, which simply withholding information doesn't necessarily do. Yes, I think withholding information is an easy way to sort of create artificial suspense, right? But it doesn't necessarily, I don't know, it can backfire on you too. I think as far as this game's concerned, it would have been better to have included some of that information a little earlier. This is the point where the game remembers that it's supposed to tie into something, says Sage Valiant. Chalk Rob says there was a big sign over the door to the Frozen Flame that read Project Kid. Oh, really? Nice. I totally missed that. Dario, Velart says, yes, that is the name of the guy I was talking about. Agent Poyo says, withholding information is why I dropped Tales of the Abyss. I actually think it's pretty much a cliche in a lot of JRPGs at this point. And I think that games like Xenogears and Chrono Cross are to blame for it. Not to say that Xenogears or Chrono Cross are bad games, because they're not. They're both great. But that structure, that idea of, like, we're going to freaking punch you in the stomach towards the end with a huge mind-bending twist has been carried over into many JRPGs afterward. Dude McGuy says, I think it's all at the end partly because the game started development as not a sequel to Chrono Trigger. It wasn't related originally. Do you know what's so funny about that? I feel like that's happened a lot. Nintendo did the same thing with Dinosaur Planet, right? Dinosaur Planet was supposed to be its own game, its own original thing. And then they were like, oh, we don't know if this will sell. Rare was making it. It was an original IP from Rare. And then Nintendo was like, nope, this is a Star Fox game now. And it just made absolutely no sense for why it was Star Fox. It should have just been its own IP. Chris Guin says, see, FF7 created suspense by having Cloud give Sephiroth the black materia. You had to know why. It's true. Agent Poyo says, many JRPGs may do that, but few do it as annoyingly as Tales of the Abyss did for me. It's all about how long and how they do it for me, personally. Velhart says, withholding information like most things, is all in the execution. It is good to have a sense of mystery to explain all aspects. Yes, execution is the key. Sage Valent says, Sephiroth's whole existence is suspense created by getting to play as him early on and discovering how powerful he was. Yeah, when he was traveling with Cloud, you get the whole flashback. Agent Poyo says, are you sure it wasn't originally intended? To Dude McGuy. Chocolate Rob says, so at the end of the adventure of Chris, were you just a pawn for the Balloon Empire all along? Chris, you've got to work that in somehow. Oh my fetch, that's hilarious. Chris, you've got to make that into your story somehow now. Oh, that's freaking funny. Alright guys, good session. Really, really liked it. Looking forward to where the story goes from here. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. I may or may not have to like switch over halfway through because I need to start thinking about the video I'm gonna make for this Monday. I have some ideas, but I might need to do a little more research. So we'll see. Because this weekend I'm going to be on Saturday. That is, I'm going to be in Provo, so I'm not going to have time to work on it Saturday evening. And then on Sunday I'm spending most of the day playing FF11, and in the evening I have my writers group. So I might not have a ton of time to work on it over the weekend. So I gotta decide on an idea first, and then that'll sort of dictate like how long it's gonna take to make it. Anyways, we'll feel it out tomorrow, see where I'm at. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys being here and helping me figure all this stuff out as I'm playing through. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace out.